Hi guys, welcome to today's video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Erica. If you're not new, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the plants in my collection that I would not buy again or that I'm parting ways with. So this is just my personal opinion and based on my experience with the plants that I have. These are still absolutely gorgeous plants, and I don't want to discourage anyone from buying these plants because I know there are some out there that probably could grow these better, or even some plants that have better genetics. I just wanted to go ahead and share with you guys the plants that I have in my collection that I have personally struggled with. So let's go ahead and get started with the first plant. So I have here my Philodendron Ring of Fire. And this is one that I went ahead and have listed in my purge that I'm doing on Facebook. So I went ahead and went through my collection and added some plants that I thought that were healthy, but I just didn't really enjoy having them in my collection anymore. And this is just one of those that has made the list. It's been growing really well for me. The problem I have with this one is that it has low variegation on it. So most of the leaves come in this green color. I was hoping it had more white or some orange on it. Like as you can see on this leaf, it will come in with some bright orange color on it, but it always ends up turning green. It's just one of those that I just really do not love that much. So I have seen a few of these in stores that have a lot more color on them with a lot more of that splashy variegation. I'll try to find a picture of an example of this and put it off to the side here. It also has gotten pretty large and I am running out of space since a lot of my philodendrons have been growing. So I just have to make room for the plants that I love. As you can see over here to the side, I ended up having to buy a standing grow light and move a lot of my philodendrons over against this wall. So I'm pretty limited on space right now, and this is just one of those that I have to part ways with just for that reason. So that is my Philodendron Ring of Fire. So let me go ahead and grab another plant to show you guys. So next we have this Monstera Thai Constellation. You might have saw this plant in one of my previous videos where I did a repot. This one has been a struggling plant for me for quite some time now. I've had it almost a year and a half, and this is how big it is. So if you could see, it's very small compared to my Monstera Thai Constellation you might see over there behind me. I'll try to add a video of a closer look of it over here. But yeah, this one just is not a good plant for me. I don't know if it has bad genetics. Irrigation on it is very pretty, but the leaf size just does not want to size up for me. So the leaves on here are just really small compared to my other constellations. A little bit wonky, like some of the leaves are pointing in odd directions. So it just doesn't look that nice on the pole here. So in the beginning, I also struggled with the wider parts of the leaves browning off, but since then I have learned to give this one just a little more light and be consistent with the watering, and that really helps with that. Hopefully somebody else will love this plant and enjoy having it in their collection and enjoy the smaller, more compact size of it. But since I already have two of these, I just figured that I don't need a third one, especially if I'm not enjoying having it in my collection. So that is why I'm going to go ahead and part with this guy. Let me go ahead and grab another one. The next couple plants I'm going to talk about are Alocasias. I have a few Alocasias in my collection that are just really not growing well for me and are giving me problems. And one of those is this Variegated Frydeck Alocasia. As you can see, it does have an all white leaf on it, and that has been the case with this one for quite a few leaves. It seems to consistently be putting out these all white leaves. This newer one looks like it might have a tiny bit of green on it, but I think I've had this one for a year now, and look how tiny it is, guys. Pretty small. So yeah, to have a plant for a year and it not even grow very tall is kind of concerning to me. So I think this one just has some bad genetics. I do think this is a gorgeous plant, and I'm currently looking for one that is a little bit healthier and bigger. So I will keep my eyes out because I do think this is a gorgeous plant. And I really love variegated alocasia, so I hate to get rid of it, but I'm going to keep it for now and see how it grows. But it's one of those that I'm considering listing in my next purge. But I'll give it just a little more time to see what it does. But that is the variegated Frydeck. So recently on a visit to Home Depot, I found this gorgeous Frydeck. So this Frydeck was $30 and was in a very big pot. It was full and healthy, and I brought it home, and slowly all the leaves yellowed off, and now I'm left with just one leaf. So I have no idea what happened to this one. I don't know if it's shocked. I thought it may have spider mites. I did find some webs on it. So I did treat it for spider mites, and that might have been the reason why all the leaves yellowed off, because I did have to do a treatment on it, but it just is not happy, and it ended up pretty much just falling apart on me. And I already have another one in my collection, so I'm just going to go ahead and part ways with this one, and that is the Alocasia Frydeck. Next, I wanted to show you guys this Epipremnum Pinnatum Albo, and this is a type of pothos that I found back around Christmas time. I think my husband bought this one for me. He found it at our local Walmart. And this one is just one of the pothos that just struggle the most for me out of all my plants. This one does not grow good. It's very finicky. It seems like a lot of the leaves will yellow off, and it also does not have very good variegation, and it seems like it's reverting. So I do have another plant of this one that I'll show you guys off to the side, but it looks a little bit better and has just a little bit more variegation. But even that plant, even though it has more variegation and looks prettier, it still is not growing the best for me. So I would consider this Epipremnum to be a very difficult one. For that reason, it is making the list, and also I am going to be listing it in my purge. So let me go ahead and grab another plant for you guys. All right, so this next plant is going to be a type of Calathea. This is my Calathea White Fusion. And as you can see, this one is a really pretty plant. It has beautiful white and green variegation on it, and it also gets this really pretty purple color to the back of the leaves. But this one is just a little too finicky for me. I was keeping it in my IKEA Redsta cabinet, and it seemed to be doing really well in my cabinet, but the problem is that it kind of outgrew that space, and I had to move it outside the cabinet, and ever since I moved it, it's just been shocking a little bit, and some of the leaves are dying off, and it just hasn't been really happy since the move. Calatheas are a little bit more difficult of a plant, so this one in particular has been one that I feel like needs to have the perfect conditions in order to grow really well. And unfortunately, I just don't have the space to keep it in the cabinet anymore, and that's where it likes to be. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and part ways with this guy. And if you have the right space for it, I think it is a gorgeous plant to have in your collection, but this one is just not for me anymore. So let me go ahead and grab another plant for you guys. All right, guys, so I went ahead and grabbed this Philodendron Florida Green. This is a huge plant, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I love this philodendron. The issue with this one is that I already have multiples of this plant. I currently have propagation starting from giving this guy a chop a few months ago. And I have another one of these plants that I will put over here and show you guys. That one grows a little bit differently, and I just prefer the way that one is growing over this one, just because it does have that wider appearance, and it has been a little bit more difficult for me to find a good spot for it. So I went ahead and listed this one in the purge, and hopefully the person that gets this plant will really enjoy it and have the right space for it. So that is my Philodendron Florida Green. So let me go ahead and grab the last few plants I want to show you guys. All right, so I think these are going to be the last couple plants that I'm going to show you guys, and that is my Philodendron Pink Princess. Now this is a plant that I did an experiment on. You might have saw a couple videos back. So I bought a plant from Lowe's and it ended up having 2 plants in the pot. So I struggled with this one in the past. I decided to do a little experiment and see if I moved it into a different substrate, if it would do better. I had one growing in my chunky soil mix, just my basic aeroid mix that I use for all my philodendrons. And then I put one into pond. As you can see, they are both about the same size. I think the one in pond does look a little perkier than this one. This one's leaves are a little droopier. But other than that, they both have been working on new leaves. And those new leaves have been there for, I want to say, a month now and have not even come out. So this one just does not grow well for me. It never has. So I don't know if it's this type of philodendron in particular that does not do well, but I can say that these pink princesses and white princesses and galaxies, or whatever these are, I don't know if they're tissue cultures, but these box store philodendrons just do not grow good for me at all. They fail to size up, the leaves get stuck. The list goes on and on with these guys. I just have had it with this one. I'm tired of trying to grow it, even though it's really beautiful and has a lot of potential. I just will not be purchasing this type of plant again, even if I find a pretty one in the stores. I am going to go ahead and finish with my little experiment and give these 2 plants a little more time to grow and just see how they do. I will continue to keep you guys updated on the progress of these. All right, guys, so finally I'm going to go ahead and show you the last plant I have for you today. This is one that I listed in my purge just because I have another one of these that I prefer the look of. This one, I believe, is called an Incensi. I saw one like it in a Lowe's recently, and that is what it said on the tag. But I did get this one from Green Escape, and this is one I just have really struggled to grow. I moved it into pond and it seems to be doing really well. As you can see, the leaves are just really gorgeous on it. It's a very healthy plant. It's really thriving, but I just had to go ahead and narrow down my philodendron collection like I mentioned earlier. And this is just one that has made the cut, and I prefer the look of my other philodendron. I'll put a picture of it off to the side here, but I just prefer the way that one looks and the way that one is growing. I think it's going to have more of the look that I was hoping this one had. This one just seems to be a little bit smaller and more compact. So that is why I'm going to go ahead and part ways with this one. But yeah, guys, I think that is all the plants that I wanted to share with you guys today. If you have similar experiences with some of the plants I've shown today, be sure to let me know in the comments, and also comment some plants that you are parting ways with and let me know why. But with that said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, and I will talk to you guys soon.